still and I start to actually engage, first of all I turn purple and we start to drive the person through the experience to guide them. So in this case it says to get started, lift your hand. So I'm going to lift my hand. Yeah, keep the lights down just a touch. We're actually going to stay here and talk for a moment. So I've lifted my hand as the first stage of engagement. So the system actually knows I've now taken an action where I'm actively trying to engage with the system. The second thing that we're seeing here is cursoring. So it's very easy to take my hand through a small amount of space in front of me and get to the whole screen. We've all seen signs, either touch-enabled signs, where somebody's reaching up to touch that top piece, or digital signs with sensors where people who are 6'3" are having to jump up to reach a corner. If I want to control that, which is what I'm doing right now, it's really hard to go up and touch one of the corners on that thing. So you'll notice that the icon that we're seeing is a right hand. And my right hand is up. So that's not just a random coincidence. If I drop my hand and bring the other one up, you'll see the left hand. So we're able to track and understand either hand, and the space that we're moving through to control on the screen is actually dependent on which hand I have because I can reach different areas. So it's conceptually very close to the space that I would use in sign language. It's a space where I can keep my hands up for a long period of time and not get tired. So I'm finally going to do what it asked me to and press. Now, as I do that, you'll notice there's this little purple which is creeping up, and I'm moving my hand just a little bit. When that purple hits, it's going to count as a press. So again, we're guiding the user through, giving them feedback so they understand how their actions are actually tying back to the screen.